back to One Hit Wonderland, where we take a look at bands and artists known for only one song. Now, I try to hit a wide amount of genres here, but for the most part that means that I cover a lot of stuff that's ancient history to me. I came to popular music relatively late in life, so a lot of the songs on here I didn't get to experience when they came out, even if I was the right age for it. So for once, I want to cover a genre that actually meant a lot to me. Yes, today we are going to be listening to late 90s teeny bop mall punk. I was all into this stuff. These guys ruled the late 90s and early 2000s as far as I was concerned. And then Avril Lavigne and Simple Plan rolled out and I realized I was a huge lame-o and started listening to indie rock. But for a while, this was my jam. I was all about Blink-182, Sum 41, Eve 6. Yeah, they all had numbers at the end of their name for some reason. And of the number bands, we're going to look at one way down at the bottom of the pyramid. Why you always kick me when I'm high? Now technically this was not a hit on the Billboard Top 40, but I remember it being played constantly on the rock stations and on MTV. If you want to know what the year 2000 looked like, it looked like this. Bright, shiny colors, not a care in the goddamn world. This was on the Dude, Where's My Car soundtrack, which, yeah, that about sums it up. It was upbeat. It was an innocent time. And yet the band behind it, SR-71, never really ranked very high in the teen punk pantheon. Not like Sum 41, Good Charlotte, The Ataris, Newfound Glory, Yellow Card, or the other 6 billion bands filling out the Warped Tour roster. Which is sad to me because when I listen to this song now, I'm like, this is killer. It's like the perfect summation of the entire genre. I mean, I'm not the only one who remembers this, right? No, it wasn't by Sum 41. This is the boring part. Let's get this out of the way. This is the band. This is Mitch Allen, lead singer, lead guitarist, only consistent member. They're named after a military jet that is way more popular than they are. They were originally known as Honor Among Thieves, and they're from Baltimore. Oh, they're from Baltimore. Okay, well, no wonder they never had a second hit, because nothing good ever comes out of that stink-ridden city of garbage and Cal Ripken never benched himself because then he'd have nothing to do but look at that flaming toxic waste. No wonder Poe was depressed. You'd write miserable goth poetry too if you... Well, anyway, let's listen to the band. Okay, full disclosure, when I say things like, am I seriously the only one who remembers this? It turns out I actually kind of don't remember this. I mean, I thought I did, but every time I tried to sing it or hum the melody, I'd get it confused with Damn It by Blink-182. I mean, they are pretty similar songs. And what's that? What are these chords I hear? The 1, the 5, the 6, and then the 4? Yup! Of course, you can't be surprised. Most pop-punk songs are written with those chords. It's a very basic genre. We're lucky we even got to a 4th chord in there. So what is this song about exactly? Well, basically, just a breakup song. She clings to me like cellophane. About a clingy girl who treats him bad. It's not very serious. It is, as they say, a silly love song. I mean, well, an anti-love song, but it's still about girls and relationships. It's a love song. So what if the sex was great? Just a temporary escape. He did it all for the nookie! Slowly driving me insane, but now that's over. At the time, it was the poppiest punk song I'd ever heard. And pop punk, of course, did exist before this, but it was never this pop. Like, even the most teeny bop of them, Blink-182, went out of their way to play up their snottiness and immaturity. But there's not even a whiff of rebelliousness here. The production is slick as anything the Backstreet Boys were making. It's pure bubblegum. It may as well be an ad jingle. Of course now, the dregs still remaining in this genre have caught up with SR-71's Blaze Trail, and there's basically nothing punk about pop punk anymore. And I think that's a good indicator of why SR-71 didn't really pick up the following of its peers. It's cute, is what it is. It's catchy as hell. It's almost absurdly well crafted for a pop song. I mean, that opening line of the chorus, you can't beat that. But the lyrics themselves don't really give you a lot to latch onto. Like, even the lyrical hook that gives you the title is super corny. Yeah, that's a joke from middle-aged secretaries. And it doesn't even make sense. She'll do right now? I thought right now it's over. I think there's the problem. There's just not a whole lot of personality to stick with you. It's almost purely pop. There's no weird edges or anything.
She clings to me like cellophane, fake plastic submarine, slowly driving me insane, but now that's over.
Wait, what?
She clings to me like cellophane, fake plastic submarine.
What does that mean? Is that a slang term I don't know? She's a fake plastic submarine? So plastic means she's fake? She's fake and plastic, and she goes down like a submarine? So she's like a slutty, clingy girlfriend? Or... No, what does that mean?
Right now.
Oh, don't move on, I'm still trying to figure out what that means!
She clings to me like cellophane, fake plastic submarine.
This is gonna haunt my dreams. What did that mean? Actually, now that I think about it, I do hear things that made Right Now stick out a little from other pop punk songs. Well, I mean, Mitch Allen is a little throatier than other pop singers. There's that 2-second Queen homage. And there's a pretty killer guitar solo. Most of the pop punk bands couldn't shred. Or play much of anything, really. But yeah, that's not a lot. Let's try and build on this right now, shall we? Okay, this is their follow-up, Politically Correct. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
I don't mean to piss you off, the things I might say, but when I try to shut my mouth, they come out anyway.
This is gonna be really awkward and uncomfortable, isn't it? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, I got it.
Everyone's so sensitive to any bad vibration.
Buddy, if you think things are sensitive in this, the year 2000, oh jeez, you are not gonna like the future.
Nothing I believe in more than my own insignificance. So why does everybody think my words can make a difference?
Okay, so if I'm following correctly, he said something offensive, someone got offended, and this is his apology, sort of. But we all need to be honest so that we can have a dialogue, and oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, I don't want this, I don't want this, please stop.
You stand politically corrected.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the accidental racist of punk. And I'll say the same thing I said about that. If you're actually sorry, say you're sorry. And if you're not, then don't. Don't pretend, don't do this half-ass mealy-mouth thing where you kind of half apologize and make excuses. This is actually kind of worse than accidental racist. I mean, that song was confused and cringy, but at least it was trying. But that's obscuring the bigger point. Why would you write a song about this? Why would you make it the single? Don't you have a song about, like, girls or pot or skateboarding you want to write about? Who wants a song that lectures you about how you should react to offensive things? Even if you're, like, totally right and this other person was being totally pedantic and overreacting, why would I want this defensive, equally pedantic song in response?
Lean a little to the left or the right, but you can only see who's on your side.
I don't know, maybe I'm being harsh. I'm just so burnt out by having to hear every side of this argument over and over on the internet. I mean, it's not like I don't understand how it can seem like we can't talk about anything anymore, but I just...
You couldn't make a Mel Brooks movie today. saw blazing saddles yesterday.
Burn it down. Burn it all down. Time for everything to start burning. See, SR-71 was actually kind of smart. The days of snotty, carefree pop punk were almost done, and things were about to get a lot more serious and angsty. So, I can see why what they did kinda made sense. Every word you speak to me takes me one motion nearer to the verge, and I'm to the point of rupturing. After Crazy Town, this is the second band I've covered who tried to turn themselves into Linkin Park clones. Which stands to reason. Linkin Park demonstrated there was a lot of money to be made in this market, but these things, they have to happen more naturally. If you remembered SR-71, it was as a goofy punk band who made silly love songs, and maybe that one time they lectured you about how they should be allowed to say the N-word. No one wanted this from them. They only ever released one more album, where they turned back to pop punk. Just want a normal girlfriend, but here we go again. Even the title's like, yep, just doing the same song again. There's also a song in that album about being a one-hit wonder.
I'm more than just a one-hit wonder. 15-minute idol.
That's music to my ears, obviously. But what most people remember nowadays about that album is that it has the original version of 1985. Yeah, you know this song. The version you know is by Bowling for Soup. Having listened to both versions now, there are a lot of differences between the two songs. Some of them are better.
She's seen all the classics at least 100 times. Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, even St. Elmo's Fire. Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
See what a better rhyme that is? On the other hand, some of them are worse.
Ask herself what happened to Robert, bro.
All in all, it's hard to say which version I prefer, but the original is a little more about the actual main character and less of a BuzzFeed list of only 80s kids will remember. But I think this cover version showed Mitch Allen the way forward, because he's yet another one-hit wonder who became a major power player behind the scenes. He became an in-demand songwriter. And I assumed it would be for the new generation of pop-punk bands like Boys Like Girls, or All Time Low, or 5 Seconds of Summer, but nope. In what may be the least punk thing since Chipmunk Punk, Mitch Allen has spent the last 10 years writing and producing bubblegum pop for Disney stars. Well, I mean, among other things. He's done a butt ton of work with a lot of people, but a lot of it has been for Disney actresses.
I think I'd have a heart attack.
His Twitter bio even says this. Yep, yes, you are correct, sir. That is an accurate description. Look, Mitch Allen is obviously a very talented composer, but I'd have a hard time making the case that the world needed more SR-71. They weren't doing anything new, they didn't have a whole lot of range, they seemed to be following trends their entire career. They were the very definition of a redundant band. But Right Now is still a killer pop song and unjustly forgotten. The polish on that thing, the songcraft, is insane. It is absolutely no surprise to me at all that he continues behind the scenes as a songwriter. Although he's still never written anything as catchy as 1985 or Right Now. Matter of fact, his one big hit song was about a mediocre romance that was never going to go anywhere, but was good enough for the time being. Really, doesn't that just sum up SR-71?